Alright, so before we do kind of start, you may notice I'm in my bed. I'm kind of tired, so plus I just, want to relax, so we're just doing a little bit of another classic. Hopefully the TV don't mind, but I feel like I do want to go ahead and get this video out, not only as a reminder, but also because something just happened that needs to be addressed immediately because it's kind of interesting. So, for context, if you don't know, tomorrow is a very, 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 very big day for Switch 2 and Switch 1 fans, especially for Guilty Gear. This is because, as already stated, Guilty Gear Strive DLC of Season 4, it was Season 4, will be finally released tomorrow. However, there is a super duper trooper mega duper catch. A very super duper trooper mega duper catch. And yeah, we need to kind of talk about it. Okay, so for context, if you guys don't know, which I think we already did the song and dance, but just in case, the DLC, half of the DLC, or rather the quarter, quarter third of the DLC of Season 4 of Guilty Gear Strive hasn't come on the Switch 2 yet until tomorrow. And even then, it's been causing sort of a chaos, considering that earlier this year, Dizzy showed up very early this year, and it took forever while everyone else on different consoles got their DLC. Again, I already went over this. I don't want to be a broken record. We all kind of understand why this happened. Like I said, the best solution next time is them to literally hold their horses until they get the Season 5 update lined up with the Switch. But now, I don't know if that's even going to happen. Because they just dropped a bombshell that honestly isn't a very big bombshell, but one that really needs to be addressed. For context, if you guys don't know why, because admittedly, again, I wouldn't be doing this video if this bombshell didn't drop. But recently, they confirmed an update finalizing that yes, tomorrow it will be the day Guilty Gear Season 4 will come out. Judging by the trajectory of the moon and the sun, it might be cheap, as in $0. I don't know yet. I've been saving $9 on my Nintendo Switch just in case, so I can at least get Venom. Um, we don't know if it's gonna be priced. I highly doubt it, and there's actually a strong reason why I highly doubt it gonna be priced. This is because, in another bizarre twist, they just confirmed they're cutting at least three things. And yes, just to clarify, I'm not upset with it. In fact, it's not really that big of a deal, but it is still kind of like, are you joking right now? Are you actually shitting with us right now? Kind of thing. Again, it's not that big a deal, but I wouldn't blame someone for mostly saying that. And that is because, shockingly, two stages and a song is removed. The song isn't really nothing to write home of. It's just the ending for Queen Dizzy's theme, which, I don't know, I'm not really up to speed with that song. I know a lot of people might be still justifiably upset with that, but the more bigger problem is they just confirmed the two new stages that with Yuka with her release will not come to Switch addition to the game. Again, I partially get why. In fact, as stated already before, if you don't know the story, this is obviously because of different hardware, and obviously, to my theory and opinion, they're obviously trying to rush this out because they too are tired of us waiting. They're like, okay, we're really screwing our audience up. Let's fuck the stages, let's put it out. And for that reason alone is why I'm more sympathetic, and again, why I'm not minding this, since they've been honest about all this before, and they even apologized. So I'm glad they came out right at the gate before it does release. But they came out the gate way too kind of late, or way too like at the nose mark. Like they came out way too late. Like they should have waited until a couple of days earlier to bring that out, but nope, they just bomb drop it today. And P.S. This is a factual thing. I'll send a link down below for the news article so you can see what's in there, what's not. I don't know if there's anything else, but for the most part, they confirm that's the only thing that is cut out. The rest of the songs and characters will be added, and I don't think it will cause issues because judging by again the trajectory of the moon and the sun, it seems like they're mostly focused on trying to get these characters out for free and making up for lost time. However, this is still annoying because this just confirms also the fact that the only other reason why they're also not really caring about the stages, other than trying to rush it out, is honestly they don't see the Switch 1 or 2 as valuable. This has happened before with game companies as well, which is kind of unfortunate because I get it, especially with the recent Switch 2 hatred that's been brewing because people don't like expensive consoles, which is becoming more justifiable with the recent bombshell of what's going on with data. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please look it up. But it's like, come on now, the Switch 2 isn't failing. And even then, this is supposed to be like just a general Switch 1 edition. It's not really that big of a deal. So the fact that they're basically like really just being so and again, I get most of the reasons, such as it being made by a different studio than just a regular Arc System, even though they're helping publish it. They're trying to rush this out and blah blah blah. But I really feel like, again, this goes back to why my suggestion and the solution to this is to hold off. Granted, this is coming from a guy who loves a certain video game franchise that don't even know what the words hold off and will shoot anyone who try to tell them that, aka Pokemon. But really, this is definitely one of those cases where I also see that being plausible with another game. Because, like, again, it's so baffling that they didn't hold off with the DLC, or even then did what they did with Dizzy, make the character, and then make the Switch version and then release it at a different time. If they would have done that, it would have caused us the much issues, and maybe they even can make money off of that. But no, they didn't. They fucked up. They didn't tell everyone about it. And grant, they did apologize and confirm it. And I do believe this apology because I know a lot of people are going to question that. The reason why I believe in it is because the developer has been going on trying to have been listening to the fans. So it's not a big deal to be questioning their it's not really reasonable to question their apology. Now, if it was a regular full-fledged company, that would be a different story. But to be fair, this is a general apology, and honestly, I just can't wait to see. But again, I'll update if it is free, but we'll see. We probably will see, or probably not. But I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm glad they finally released the thing. In my personal opinion, I don't mind the stage being cut, but I wish they would have not waited for the last minute to bring that up, because really that is annoying. But hey, it's coming out, so get ready. It will come out literally, truly tomorrow at 3 a.m. to my theory, because they said they're doing maintenance around 10 p.m. tonight to get that whole shit sorted out. So I don't know. But anyways, it's Floxcat snapping out of here. Bye bye.